Hello there, YouTube. How the hell are you? My name's Vac, and we're here to play some Marvel Strike Force. So, welcome to Mortytown TV. You found your way to My Alliance's little corner of the YouTubes, where we try to put out some content and high-end gameplay that everybody might be able to enjoy that loves Marvel Strike Force. So, come on in, put your favorite music on, and get swifty.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
Okay. Ignore the chat. I was running some tests on some new macros earlier. Just trying to liven the stream up a little bit. So we're just kind of waiting for some people to pop in. I'm just going to go ahead and get things going real slow, but we do have some stuff that we got to get done tonight. Speaking of which, we need to pick up our energy, and we'll go ahead and spend it. Today was a pretty good day for me this morning. I finally got that 7 red star on Thanos that I've been hunting in the store for forever. We made some good progress on Dark Dimension 3. I'm getting the rest of my symbiotes caught up, but they're probably not going to catch up in time for this first run. It looks like the 4 that I have in there are going to get done before I get these guys ready, because I still need to get a lot of these superior marrow extracts. What's up, Phantom? Welcome back to the stream, buddy. So we're held up on that on marrow extracts, but. Yes, sir. You popped right in. I just got going. Just got home from work. So let's see now. Let's go ahead and farm the store then. So that's the biggest, since that's the biggest thing holding us back. And we'll see what we got in here. Nothing that we need terribly. I think we probably do need some of that Tesseract energy. We're definitely going to buy those basic catalysts. Really just all the catalysts. As long as I have money, I buy catalysts. I think we're good on hammer tech. Let's refresh. We really need more of those marrow. I mean, it's not like critical, but it would help. All right, there we go. We definitely need these isomers. So yeah, man, I mean, like, even if you're not at this point in the game yet, do yourself a favor and farm mini uniques out of the store. Just know what characters you're going to be raising and grab the mini uniques that you need for those characters. Particularly if you're trying to plan ahead for Dark Dimension 3, or even 2, you can really save yourself a lot of headaches by pre-farming all of this stuff. So don't need anything there. We'll take the isomers. That's really all I need there, I think. Yeah, I'll take those. Don't have enough for anything in the arena store. Really hoping to see some bone marrow. Trolling me, game. We'll take these basic catalysts and refresh again. You trolling me, game. Oh, we'll take those syringes. Or that syringe, singular. And then, nothing good. We spent them all on Thanos this morning. So let's grab orbs. You know what? We'll just save orbs till the end. Heck with it. Let's grab our mail. Mostly a bunch of stuff we don't care about. I did manage to grab number 1 earlier before I came home from work. Good morning, Mr. Sander. Welcome back, sir. Nice to see you, Spawn. Okay, so we can go ahead and grab these orbs because they're going to have some gear in it we want, and we might even get something we need. No, but we'll take that. We'll take it. It's all helpful. Couple of beta raid orbs. Bunch of character shards we don't need. But we're just saving up. We got like 52, 53 of these Ultimus orbs now. 52. Need some more chimichangas. We'll have to do some blitzing. And then hopefully we'll get something we want out of here. We got some ciphers. We needed some of those Alpha Flight ciphers, and it was good to get some of these lattices. But There was no joy in Mudville. Yeah, I saw you mention that in Alliance chat. Yeah, where was that at? 5 Red Star Orb got 5-star Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's a great pull, man. Captain Marvel's incredible. Very happy for you, sir. I think I have her at 5 red stars as well, and she does for me. I mean, love her. Love her. Okay, so we're not going to jump straight into raids. We need to go and spend that energy. So let's see what we could farm up on Carnage. We don't need... Yeah, that's a big jump. That's a nice jump in power. As usual, I'll do that 100. That's gonna wrap us up for the day, but we got 8 out of it, so it was worth. It was worth. All right, so let's see here. I got some new sound bites we can run and test out tonight. I was working on them before work. Things like,
show me what you got.
and of course,
I like what you got.
because they just go together, right? Oh man, that's a pretty good symbiote Spider-Man. Okay, so we did our challenges this morning. Hi Alex, welcome back to the stream. Well, thanks Phantom. Yeah, we this morning we got our Black Order team to like 530k. I'm pretty happy about it. 536. Got that 7 red star Thanos, took him right to the top of the roster. Pretty stoked about it. So anyway, let's get on with the action. We do have an arena attack we can make, because after I got number 1, somebody knocked me out of it. Probably Lucky, that's who I knocked out for number 1. We'll go ahead and we'll hit Unclouded, and we'll sit there. That'll be fine. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, I posted it to one of the bigger Facebook groups earlier just so I could, people could hate on me basically. But I don't care. All right, so I'm going to hit the squishy left side of this formation. Thanos is hitting like a damn truck now. We're going to make sure that Corvus gets those offense downs. He's going to flip them, but we're going to flip them right back. Mr. Ortiz, how do you do, sir? It's going pretty well. I've had a great day insofar as Marvel Strike Force is concerned. Oh man, Cull resisted me, so that's tough, but not that big a deal. Now all of those bleeds are largely going to finish off the squishies. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened, Phantom. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got a lot of positive feedback too. But that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes on Facebook. Thanos is trying to kill himself. Oh, he did kill himself. Yeah, Maw's a lot of fun. And that's one of the great things about Sinister is he lets you clone characters you don't actually have and play with them. And I feel you, Emilio, man. When I'm at work, I spend a lot of time either playing the game or watching streams. I'm the same way. I'm in maintenance in the factory I work in, so I'm a pipe fitter. I do hydraulics, pneumatics, keep the robots running that build the cars. And so if the robots are running fine, I got a pretty easy job. I can basically just warm a chair in the break room, and I just got to be there and ready to respond if they call me. It's kind of like being a fireman. So I get some good days. I get some really bad days, but I get some good days. Trying to convince them to keep you. They trying to get rid of you? Yeah, man, it's rough out there right now, Phantom. No doubt about it. I mean, for me, it's a career, right? Like, they can't get rid of me. We're a union shop. I mean, I could screw up bad and they can get rid of me, but it's a union shop, and I got 25 years seniority. I'm almost to the end of my career. Oh, nice. Yeah, people, TCP does matter, I hate to say, but I have never used that. That's never been a reason for me to kick anybody from the Alliance. I have kicked people from the Alliance for, not participating or attacking the wrong targets or just being, like generally uncommunicative. I've done that. But generally, everybody in my Alliance that's low collection power, they're people that I know and I invited to come play with us. And so nobody's getting kicked for that. What I am planning on doing is possibly, I'm still trying to work out the logistics of it, but we're talking about starting kind of a minor league team, like a little Mortys. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. Morty Juniors. We might name it after that Gazorpazort child that Morty raises in the episode with the sex robot. I don't know. We haven't figured out a name yet. I'm going to let whoever runs the Alliance pick it, and I might veto it if I don't like it, but otherwise we're going to roll with it. But we might very well become a cluster soon. I'm just working on the logistics of that. So let's see here. That gave us some more orbs. And then we're going to need to get these raids knocked out. But I would like to expand Mortytown into a cluster so that we can make a home for everybody who's a viewer of the channel. And if you just want to hang out with the Mortys, our Discord, there's a link in the description below. Come on out, join us. There's an Ask Back channel. Anything about this game you want to know, you throw it out there. We'll make sure we get you an informed answer. Yeah, that's just the way it happens, man. I mean, it's not like people don't get laid off in my business, but, the low senior, whoever came in last is the first one back out the door. Oh, glad, Frank. Thanks, Frank. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it's hard to stay where you're not wanted. I get that. All right, so let's see about getting to some Alliance. No, excuse me, not Alliance War, but some raids. Where are we at? Did I finish this? I finished this lane, didn't I? All right, so we're done on U7. There's nothing to do there. I had a lot of extra energy from the bundles. So we'll do the beta. We need to get it started. Looks like the place to be is going to be Strike Team 2. So here's what we'll do. I'll clear this Mystic skill up top here. I'll let Backcells have this back one. And then me and him can leapfrog this lane so that I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. Let's see, Mystic and Skill. I like to use Asgard for that. So anyway, hello if you're just joining us. I'm back. We're playing some Marvel Strike Force. Come on in, chill out, get swifty.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
I'm gonna stand up a minute and stretch my legs. Why don't you stand up with me? Alright then, so getting back to this, let me just make a quick adjustment on this monitor and this camera. There we go, now we're in good shape. Yeah, I feel you there, man. I have spent a lot of weeks in the auto plant working 84 hours a week, 12-hour shifts every day. And it does, I mean, you make a lot of money, man. I've made a lot of money to whale out in this game with, but you never see your damn family, right? And I'm divorced, so it's not like immediate, but like I have family that I'd like to see. Probably one of the reasons that I have disposable income for a game like this is I'm divorced with no kids, and I'm getting toward the end of my career. All right, so let's see here. You take Baxos and just jump straight up here. All right, let's get it going. Yeah, I'm glad you like the Discord channel, Frank. I'd actually never set one up before. It was one of my officers that set up our original Mortytown Locos channel. So that was fun to play with, to see new things, you know, get it figured out. I enjoyed putting the bots in there and some of the stuff that they can do. There's no doubt, some days it's not worth it. Yeah, I mean, like if I work a ton of overtime, I can make $200 a year. I've made as high as $230. But man, it's just you got to give your whole damn life up for it. It's just I feel you, man. Because I'm a similar to Craft, you know. Like I do a lot of compressor work. Nick, I have no idea, man. But I mean, I'm still new at this, right? There's several things. Number one, I am still very new at this. There's no doubt that I'm probably playing, my gameplay is probably a little higher level than most, although I think Casino's right on my heels, right? He's not that far behind me. I think he was 9 million the last time I looked, so he's not exactly like, I'm not like putting him in the dust or anything. What's up, Not Me Again? Welcome back to the channel, man. So I think the main thing is just that we're new, dude. Everybody's used to the big three, right? Casino, OMG, and Valley, and there's no doubt that all three of those guys have better production value on their videos and such, right? I'm just standing in front of a camera and talking to you, and those guys are all very practiced professional YouTubers, and I'm just a guy doing this in his spare time around. I just finished up an 8-hour shift in the factory, right? So this is not my job, and it shows, I guess, because I mean, I'm not as practiced, and I'll get better. I'm trying to spice up the thing. I'm trying to. He knows Casino. He's just, it's, you know. Anyway. Oh, your daughter's 7 months old. Yeah, that's tough, man. But you know, hell, you gotta feed her, right? Okay, so now we're ready to go. I'm gonna peel myself to the outside here, take the bio lane. And we're going to take Baxos up that inside lane. That is not the bio team that we're going to use, though. The Mortytown Locos, in Central Time, it would be 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. the next day. Yeah, we're 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when our wars start. But honestly, at the rank we just hit Gold 3. And like what start time it is not as critical as it is in later competition, because nobody's full clearing, right? So it takes 24 hours for everybody to get through every time. And it's really just a matter of how efficiently do you bore down and find the high point rooms and the stuff that you want to take out. You know, it's really more about, you know, how efficient you can be in clearing. But you're never going to full clear, so it's all a matter of what you clear. Yeah, I am. You know, when I set it up, I picked that time because I was a day shift worker at the time, and so I mean, I was going into work at 7 o'clock every morning, and I was largely playing at work. So it just worked out for me that I could get checked in, I could knock out my daily preventative maintenance tasks, go do my check sheets, make sure all the pumps are running okay, and then I could sit down in the break room and start the war up, right? And so we still, we haven't changed that. It's working out pretty well for all the Mortys, and we got some overseas guys that works out pretty good for them. That's a little later in the day. And for me, it's still a good time because I can wake up in the morning, knock out whatever I got to do around the house, do the war, do my stream. Then I got another hour to kill and maybe do some housework before I go to work. Right? Then I come home from work, I do my afternoon stream, and it's a pretty decent little rhythm. Going from working 12 hours to working 8, I feel like I'm barely at work at all anymore. All right. Trying to roll through this PvE content. We're gonna get some raids in, get some some blitzing in, and get some chimichangas. We don't really need the blitz, but we're gonna do a little bit. At least get ourselves 1 or 2 orbs, just for the gear, just for the gear. I'm really, as far as gear goes, I'm on a hard hold right now, waiting on more bio gear. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So in the meantime, just remember, it's very important.
Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV.
DD3, I'm almost done with it, Mr. Ortiz. I'm on the next to the last node. Almost done with that next to the last node. So I'm almost done with the first run, and then the second run I expect will probably go a little smoother, but I bet it still takes me a good month. All right, no, there's no need to get in a rush. I might not even refresh any at all on that one. I might, just to kind of cut the time in half, but I might not. So anyway, that's all the beta attacks we can make. Or wait a minute, hold on. Was there a 50 we could do there? Because I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do the 50s. But yeah, if you want my honest opinion, DD3 is fucking miserable. It's terrible. I hate Dark Dimension. I cannot stand Dark Dimension. But I do it, and I suggest you do the same. I put a video about it out, like, I don't know, 3 days ago, something like that. Yeah, well, I can tell you how he did it so fast. It was a combination of 2 things. Number 1, he was already a gigantic whale in the top 5. And, I mean, he's like 2 million collection power ahead of me, and I'm a pretty big whale. So, thanks, Steve. So, yeah, I mean, he's number 1, and what that means is to be 2. I have all the characters, right? He doesn't have any characters I don't have. So to be 2 million collection power ahead of me, I mean, that's probably partially red stars, but I bought all the red star orbs too. He can't have gotten that much more lucky than me. So most likely what it is he has way more gear tier 14 characters. So that means he could just, yeah, and symbiotes are like that. So that means he could just send team after team in there. The first one dies, he sends the second one in, right? So that's a luxury most of us have not had in Dark Dimension 3. And then on top of that, he probably did whale out and spend a lot of cores refreshing. I mean a lot, because the guy got through it in like 2-3 days. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, I'm a whale, I'm refreshing every day, and I'm like 2 months into this, right? Nah, yeah, like that guy is if I'm a whale, he's one of those krakens that Casino's always talking about, because that's some ridiculous level of spending, and I'm not going to do that. I don't do that at all. It's just never going to happen. I spend, don't get me wrong, we all know that, but I don't do that. So yeah, so we're good, just sitting around on we're gonna wait for we're already done with our lane in U7. We had a lot of energy to spend on it this afternoon. I kind of just walked through that at work while I was walking around doing my daily checks. So we got a lot of stuff we could raise, but we want to conserve it. So let's see here. Done with raids. See, we're here. We go. Let's take a look at Dark Dimension since you've asked. So you can see I've got 2 million left in the next to last node. And then we'll move on and get that last one. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing I've been doing. I'm gonna slow walk through the thing again, get the last bit of rewards, and then I'm done with this mode until I guess they make a Dark Dimension 4, which I hope is a long time from now, because I don't find it very fun. They put a real big carrot at the end, right? I want the rewards, but it's not a fun mode. You know, PvP is fun to me. Arenas, kind of fun. You know, wars, a lot of fun, right? But this is not fun. All right, let's see here. Well, the first thing I would suggest is to go look at my arena video that I put out a few weeks back. You can pretty much see all of my thoughts encapsulated there. But off the top of my head, the first thing you really need to do is work on getting yourself a Phoenix and an Ultron. Those should be your, if you really want to get it. I can see how you would hit with that team. So I mean, like Symbiote Spider-Man's great. Star-Lord ain't bad. Hella Thor and Loki, not so much, you know. So they'll do okay. If you have a full Asgard, they'll be even better. But I really feel like that you should probably try immediately to get yourself an Ultron and DD2, and to get yourself a Phoenix. And if you can, start working on a Black Bolt and a Yo-Yo, because that, if you don't have a Black Order, Black Bolt and Yo-Yo rule the meta. And I go through every team. In the video I put out, I start with Black Order. I go back to the Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Phoenix hybrids that were ruling before that, and then I march all the way back to a beginning player. And so if you don't see anything in there that doesn't work for your roster, then, you know, send me a DM in Discord with a look at your roster, like a portrait view, and we'll try to figure out something. We'll do a little theory crafting, and we'll see if we can't figure out something that works for you. Am I excited for the update? I don't, you know, like, I don't know Squirrel Girl. I don't have as much against her as other streamers do, but I don't know her. I'm not excited about it. I'm always loving new good teams, right? But man, you know, I don't want to wail out on all of them. So I'm gonna have to see what those guys look like. BB and Yo-Yo, even at Gear Tier 13, do well. BB and Yo-Yo are incredible. Well, that's cool. I got nothing against Squirrel Girl, and I hope that she is a good character. I hope that she can't beat Thanos, because I just got this Thanos. And I don't want anybody beating this guy right here, because that's my new toy. This Thanos and this Corvus. These are the first two characters I have that are completely done. There's nothing that I can do to make these characters any better. They're maxed on abilities, they're maxed on gear, they're maxed on red stars. So I'm pretty proud of these guys. And I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the team tweaked out. Oh, good for you, Thomas. Congratulations, man. That'll be a little extra daily gold, or at least 3 times a week. All right, so I guess we're moving on to Blitz. No war today. So what we'll do is I'll start knocking out some blitzes. We still got to do some blitzes on my free-to-play account. If you're new here, I have a free-to-play account that I play also. And we'll swap the view over to him every now and then and let you see what he's got going on. You know, he's got pretty much the same daily routine as the whale account, just, you know, spends fewer cores. But every bit of the cores he does get, he puts toward energy. Just like, you know, just like my whale. So anyway, let's see here. What do we want to? Let's do a small. We'll do a mini rotation, right? We won't do a full rotation. We'll just do some of my better teams. So that's a nice big punch up from my Asgard. Dude, you should just try to get everybody to DD1, really. Just farm, buy energy every day, right? As many as you can. Whatever cores you earn, use it the first thing every morning. Spend all your cores to buy energy, or at least 600. If you have more than that, don't waste them. But spend it up to 600 or just whatever you have. Buy energy with it, and then use that energy to farm character shards every single day. And you'll make good advancement like that. And you can see my wailing out on a budget video for an expanded thought on that and what I go through and how I go about it. But what I did was, man, I just went into Dark Dimension 1. I had a lot of characters at 6 stars by that point. So I would send a team in, just like I was talking about earlier that Tadano Mac Japan did with DD3. I would go in, I would send a team full of 6 stars. They would die. I would send another team full of 6 stars, and however many I had. When is a good time to start buying character shards instead of orbs with raid currency? I would absolutely start buying the characters that you need and then go to orbs later. That's what I did, at least. I farmed up every character I needed out of the raid store, and then when there was nothing else left for me to farm, I just started buying the orbs. No, you know what? Perfect. I want to take that back, man. It's so long ago, my memory is dim. But actually, let's go look at that store. So you're talking about the raid store. I was thinking arena. Okay, so yeah, it's not a great number of characters. There's not always going to be a character here you want. And as I recall, yes, you want to buy raid orbs. Okay, you're correct about that. You want to buy raid orbs. But basically, when you get to where you're getting more dupes than you are stuff you need, it might at that point be conducive to start target farming and instead start buying up any good T4s that you see in this store, because you're going to eventually need them. So just start stocking up now so that you're ready. When it's time for DD2, you'll be right in there. When it's time for DD3, you'll be able to plan out and put your team together a little better than those of us that were kind of reacting late. See, I had blown most of my gear, my T4 gear, raising up my Black Order so that I could be, on top of arena. And so when DD3 hit, I kind of wasn't ready for it. And so I had to just basically take my arena team in, and that was okay. I really feel like it was what you ought to do, right? You should focus arena. Arena gives you cores every day. If you let your arena team suffer to build a DD3 team, then you're losing cores every single day for a mode that's only going to cost you more cores. And you're not going to get anything more than everybody else gets at the end. It's like those rewards are not going anywhere. So there's no need to be in a rush. You should focus more on your arena team and your Ultimate 7 team, because that's what's going to give you good daily rewards. Let's see, what's the question? For Symbiote Spider-Man and Invisible Woman, I wouldn't prioritize Invisible Woman at all. I don't think I have a single T4 in her. Let's have a look-see. There's just so many things to prioritize more, because I don't use Invisible Woman in Arena, and that's where most of my stuff goes. Where's she at? How far down? Did I miss her? There she is. That's Night Nurse. The other blonde. Yeah, I don't have a single T4 put in her. So yeah, to me, I think probably, I think he's correct that her passive would be the best to get, because it would make the barrier stronger. I only use these guys, the Fantastic Four. I only really use them in Blitz and War Offense, and they're performing fine in both. So I haven't really felt the need to give them any love for a while. But Symbiote Spider-Man, shoot, man, he's awesome. I don't think I've put any in him either, come to think of it. But, because I jack out characters that I'm going to take into Arena, and I give them every little bit I can. Because Arena is the most valuable game mode, hands down, bar none, 100%. Nothing even comes close to the importance of Arena. And I rue every day that I didn't realize that fact. It took me a little while to catch on to that, and it cost me a lot of cores because I'm putting cores into this every day out of my own pocket. So if I can get 500 or 450 or 400 back from Arena, that really keeps my costs low, right? 100 cores a day, that's like $1 and change. I didn't even know that's a cup of damn coffee, right? I can do that, right? So I end up spending more than that, right? I end up spending around the same amount. But if I didn't have those cores coming in every day, I'd basically just be able to afford a little energy, and that'd be it. Invisible Woman is a good character, but I don't think you're seeing top people using her. I never see her in my arena shard. There's nobody running her because she's basically, you only see her like down around like 10 to 20 to 30, those guys down there. And the reason that you see them using her is because they don't have a yo-yo. Yo-yo is 100 times better than Invisible Woman as a protector in any arena group you're going to want to run. In any U7 group you're going to want to run. Yo-yo's way better. Way better. So I wouldn't get that excited about Invisible Woman. I'd never take her out of Fantastic Four. I've never used her in Arena because I've always had a yo-yo. I wailed out on her. She's okay. She's okay. She's a great character. Don't get me wrong. And I'd use her as a stand-in for a lot of teams if you don't have a yo-yo. But I don't know. I don't necessarily know. I'd probably feel, if I were you, I'd feel better putting those T4s into Symbiote Spider-Man because his team is fantastic. You're going to use them in Blitz. You're going to use them. But let's see, who else did you list there? Let me go back up. I would like to look at your roster to really answer this question. I bet if you sent me the top half of your roster in Discord, I am betting that I could probably come up with a better candidate for your T4s. Oh yeah, see, Yo-Yo can do her job even at low stars. It's better if she has high stars, because then she'll do a little more damage and she'll survive a little better. But Yo-Yo is incredible because she has plenty of enough focus to land her debuff. So passively, everybody who attacks, she cuts their damage in half. She doesn't have to tank them. She doesn't have to take all that damage. Yeah, it's VAC 6457, I think. Let me have a look. 6536, VAC number 6536. You just send me a DM and I'll get you an answer back after the stream. So anyway, back to the action. We're going to do a little bit of blitz here. We already did one. I have T4'd everything Yo-Yo has. And if I'm being honest, guys, most of the T4s that I've put into things, I was just following the Orange Essentials channel on Casino's Discord, because his team of guys, no doubt about it, those guys basically taught me how to play this game, because they're a pretty smart group of guys. They put together some great infographics. I don't agree with what the man said on that one stream a few weeks back. I don't agree with what he said at all, and I think his reaction to it was probably a mistake. But I don't necessarily think he's an evil guy, and he certainly did a lot to teach me the game for the first 2 years that I was playing. So, you know, I think he's kind of the wizard of the game, but really not so much, maybe not him as much as the team that he has behind him. You know, those guys, Kaneage and all those guys, smart guys. But I would have to, you know, for individual characters, I would have to really kind of take a look. In general, you want to put your T4s into abilities that give status effects. Okay, I think I just got it. There was your Discord. You definitely want to focus more on abilities that give status effects. You know, make a buff go from 1 turn to 2 turns. You know, add additional effects, that kind of thing. And stay away from abilities that only add extra damage, right? Those typically are the last ones you want to buy, if at all. All right, and really the only time I buy pure damage T4s is for characters that I'm using in Arena, because the competition can often be quite stiff in Arena, and the rewards are top notch because they're cores, right? Nothing's more important than getting cores. So for those characters, I'll buy the damage abilities. But for everybody else, I pass. And then as for what team I put my T4s into, I really have to kind of, I've been in an alliance, or I'm running an alliance that is really lower in the progression scale than where I'm at. And so I don't earn as many T4s as a lot of guys my total collection power. So I have to be real careful where I put them. So I largely put them toward arena characters. So I've maxed out Black Bolt, I've maxed out Yo-Yo, I've maxed out Phoenix. All the characters that I used to use in arena, I maxed them out. And the characters that I'm currently using in arena, which is the full Black Order team, I've just gotten done maxing all of them out. I finished it this morning, in fact. So I don't really know where I'm going with T4s next, because I don't have a new arena team. I might look into anything I might need for my U7 team, but they're doing pretty good too. But that would get them ready for the next difficulty. And those are my two priorities insofar as game modes. Definitely are definitely the arena and U7. I haven't tried her, but I have a great one there, and I'd sure be willing, insofar as Crystal, because she's a great character, absolutely. And I see a lot of people using her in arena a little farther back. Like if somebody knocks me back down around 7, 8, 9, 10, then I'll sometimes see a Crystal. Her, BB, Yo-Yo, Hela, and Ultron. That sounds good, but I would rather have Phoenix than either Hela or Crystal in that situation. Even though a lot of people have a mod to counter her, I still feel like she's the better choice. Let's see here. No, it won't take you past the maximum, but it will make sure you get to it. They actually start, I think, one level below you, so that would take them to the maximum. Or actually, they might have changed that with the recent buff that they gave to summoners. Yeah, I maxed out Sinister a long time ago too, because Sinister is a great offensive arena character, freaking excellent. And I went from like the 90s all the way to number 1 with a Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Phoenix, Ultron, Sinister offense, right? And then on defense, I would take out Sinister and I'd put in Captain Marvel, and that worked like a charm for me for a long time. And what I would do is on offense, I would clone the enemy Phoenix, so that I ended up with 2 Phoenixes. It's hard to stand up to 2 Phoenixes, man. And it's a lot of fun to play that too. So yeah, man. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing that team, and that's kind of what I used to rule arena before Black Order came along. And I did. I went all the way to number 1, and I stayed there. I had people hitting me up in DM like, "Who the hell are you? Where did you come from? Did we just merge?" And I'm like, "No, I just figured out that I could get a Black Bolt Yo-Yo going." And so then everybody in my arena started working up their Black Bolt and their Yo-Yo, because people were kind of catching on at that point. And I had wailed out on them, not because I thought they would be excellent in arena, but I knew Black Bolt would, so that was true. But Yo-Yo, I hadn't clued in just yet just how great she was going to be, but I was a big fan of her on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and so I bought her offers at first just for that, but then I kind of got to looking at her abilities and playing around with her, and she worked really well even at low stars, and I was like, oh hell, I gotta get on this. So I got her worked up, and I have never regretted it, because even now she's not really the top of the arena meta any longer. She still she gets a lot of work done for me, right? I mean, a lot of work. Yeah, again, you can see that team in my arena video. It'll be the second one I show. I start from the top and I go all the way to the bottom. So I start with Black Order, and then I show you the Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Phoenix, Ultron, Sinister team, and then from there we start. Okay, I go, okay, well look, if you don't have Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, try this team, and if you don't have a Phoenix or an Ultron, try this team, and we go all the way down to Pun Fenders, right? So it probably somewhere in that video I'm going to be showing off an arena team that will work for your roster. And if you watch it and you don't think so, then like I say, you just send me a DM and we'll figure out something that does. Yo-Yo is very close to the best. She's pretty good. You know, it's hard to beat Black Order right now. But before that, you weren't going to really be number one in Arena without her. Not in my chart, at least. All right, so here we go on the Wombo combo. Not on my chart, at least. It's just too strong, man, cutting everybody's damage in half. And she was really good in Dark Dimension 3, the first 2 sections, you know, because all the tanks in the game have a real tough time in there because all of the enemies are buffed all to hell and they have massive health pools and they're doing massive amounts of damage. And all of the tanks I took in there, man, they were just going down hard. They couldn't stay up. There was no way that they taunt the one round of attacks and they're dead, right? They'd be dead before I could get back around to Minerva and heal them. So what I started doing, you know, I took Yo-Yo in there, and that was way better because the fact that she reduces damage by 50%, you know, she's not a regular tank. She doesn't taunt people and then I got a bunch of armor and I'm going to sit here and take all this damage. She doesn't do all that. She just cuts everybody's damage in half by 50%. And if their damage is way higher than normal, then cutting it in half is even better than, like, she's better in Dark, just like Minerva, she's better in Dark Dimension than she is outside of it because she does a flat percentage. And it's just way more helpful. Way more helpful. Oh yeah, that's the one. So, I am a big fan of the Yo-Yo. And the only thing I got left to do on mine is get some more red stars on her. I'm not going to spend any upgrade tokens on her right now, but that's basically my next move on her if I want to take her up. And it would not be unjustified were I to do so. But I don't prioritize that right now. She's in a real good spot for me. And honestly, red stars on her would help. She'd do more damage. She's a decent damaging tank. But her main gig is putting that offense down on everybody, and she can do that at the level she's at, right? Especially in U7. She's a great character in U7. And you can use her to great effect in Ultimate 7, even if you just got her. If she's 3 stars, doesn't matter. For some reason, the characters in Ultimate 7 have just a normal resistance. A lot of their other stats are boosted up, but their resistance isn't, right? So if she's got just a decent amount of focus, she can very often do her job and land all of those offense downs. And that's really all you need her to do in there. Once again, Phoenix has no fun. Cyclops just steals her thunder with regularity. It's a weird team. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. Yeah. Love her. She's incredible. Let's go ahead and put the defense ups. And let's get Iron Man out of here. Smack him around the head and neck. Looks like Deadpool is their highest DPS, which is crazy. But we need to get that Black Panther dead before he goes off. So let's buff everybody's health back up so that Black Panther doesn't give us a bad day. And then we probably should go at Thanos before he self-heals, because this is an unempowered Thanos. Oh, This went bad all of a sudden. Hang on. We lost our medic. That was really bad. We're not out of this yet, but man, this is bad. This is bad. We gotta get this Deadpool out of here and hope he doesn't res. Oh, God, we might die. This Hulk is dangerous. He's about to get boosted. Oh, this is bad. And of course, Deadpool's healing. Oh, don't die, guys. Don't die. Yes.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
Okay, so now on to the star of the show, my 536K Black Order. And I don't know what they're going to look like now, but when they were back around 520K, they were like 580 with war buffs. So I'm looking forward to seeing just how close to 600 they come in the next war. It's almost enough to make me want to put them on defense. But honestly, nobody ever attacks me on defense. It's very rare. It's very rare. Sometimes we'll meet a team that actually will clear me, my defense, but it's not often. It's not often. Most of them don't even try. They just try to take out every other room. And that's the biggest advantage we have in war, really. Alright, so let's see now. I kind of want to go and hit Thor above all others, but let's hit all three of these over here. Because it's not like healing Hela is hurting us at this moment. Oh, I wish that I should have just gone straight to Hela. Alright, so we're going to do the basic again, because that's incredible. So then they all stealth up. Because that's what Asgard do, but I got so many bleeds on them, it ain't gonna matter.
You can run, but you can't hide, bitch!
Nice. Alright, so let's see here. Hopefully this will kill Hela as well. Ma was like Ma was kind of a turning point for me. Ma was the first legendary that I ever got 7-starred on the first run. He was the first one. I have never done that before. It had always been like the second time around that I got the 7 stars. So, I mean, I'm kind of feeling like the wind's at my back with this game right now. You know, you kind of, for the first few years, you know, first year and a half or so, you feel like you're swimming upstream. You know what I mean? And the current's against you. But all of that changed. All of that changed. Oh, we might get ourselves a snap here. Hang on, let's try this. Snap! Oh, well, it only did the animation on one guy. That animation's bugged. They need to fix that, because that would be cool if they could get that working correctly. Like, super cool.
For real times a million, buddy.
I agree, Morty. I agree. Do what you got to do, brother. I feel you. Working man. See, now, a 3-star Karnak is not worth much, and I wouldn't feel that. But, you know, I might take him in for Blitz, but that guy, he needs some catching up for there. Crystal's incredible. Yo-Yo can do fine at 4 stars, especially in modes like U7. So let's see here. Let's go right up the middle so that we can hit the Deadpool and Cable combo. And I tell you who, we're going to go right a Cable for this one, because I tell you who kind of scares me is this Mystique. Because she can weaponize my own characters against me. Thankfully, she went after the tank, otherwise that could have been bad. Yes, it is. I bet you are, man. I bet you are. I mean, I'm just doing this to have some content and to... and, you know, like if I were not streaming right now, I don't necessarily know that I'd be doing this. But it's something I can do while we talk, and it's getting me chimichangas, so it's all good here, right? It's all good here. And also, I really like to be sure that we can get at least one good solid hour of content in every time that I hit the play button. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do next is we're going to go do some U7 nodes with my free-to-play account, and I'll show you how I struggle through it with him, because he does not have a good U7 team. I'm working toward putting together like a good tech wing team, but I don't have it together yet. So let's see here, 605, it's going to be the best scorer. Not that I care about the score, it's just I'm in the habit of, with this Black Order team, I just assume they're going to kill everybody I put them against, so I might as well take the highest point total so that I can score the most. And this is a partial Black Order here, but I don't know about putting Yondu in for Maw. That's not a great trade-off. That's not the greatest trade-off. But let's hit the squishies here. And that's not Thanos in this particular instance. But we want to make sure we get an offense down on Corvus, because he's really all the DPS here. Corvus' scary DPS if developed properly. So we'll wait for the taunt. We'll hit Thanos again. Oh, that pretty much did kill Corvus and Proxima. They don't know it yet, but they're dead. They're dead. And there goes one of them. Alright, so we will, let's put this damage into Thanos, and that'll finish Proxima off. We won't even wait for her bleeds to go through. We'll just get her out of there. We'll taunt. He'll do the same, but that's cool. We'll work him down. Do a little health drain. We don't really need the health too bad on anybody but Proxima, but we'll do it. We'll do it. And see if we can't flip that taunt, huh? He does resist that a lot. She's okay in there. She really is. I don't use her anymore, but I used to a lot. She's all right in there. But it's what's more important, especially when you're just getting into U7 and you're having a little trouble with it, is you really need to be using characters. This will be another snap right here. You really need to be using characters, or not. Oh, he's got death proofs, that's why. Okay. You need to be using characters like Scientist Supreme, because you might as well just count on somebody dying, right? It's gonna get out of your hands every now and then, and somebody's gonna die. Well, if you got a Scientist Supreme in there, res, and not to mention that, but people don't really always, it's not always very apparent to them, but if you bring Scientist Supreme in with a complete team that is not AIM, where she's the only AIM in there, then when she uses her ability, she's going to put a bunch of debuffs on everybody, right? And you're going to be like, why would I want to do that? She's going to stack all this red on top of your guys. But then all you got to do is live till her next turn, and she flips them all to green. And it's kind of like walking a razor's edge, but it can be very useful to you when you first hit U7. Another character not to overlook for early U7 teams, and I talk about this in my U7 video if you want to check that out, is Falcon, right? He's a big part of the Tech Wing team. But you take Scientist Supreme, Shuri, Falcon, Hela, and Ultron. And that is a pretty strong beginning team to start working through that U7 content. They'll do really good, especially through that first half of the lane. Now you might need to like put a Phoenix in there instead of Hella for some of the bigger boss nodes. But other than that, man, yeah, that team will do pretty good. They call it a Tech Wing team. I didn't design it. I just picked it up from other people off of Reddit and things like that, and it worked really well for me. So again, that's Hella, Ultron, Scientist Supreme, Shuri, and Falcon, right? You want Falcon. Absolutely. You really want BB in there, right? But I'm assuming you don't have Black Bolt. If you got a Black Bolt in there, then you can really, especially if you got a Black Bolt and a Yo-Yo, then you can work a whole different thing going on, right? And you could use a team very much like the one I'm using. But if you don't have that, the Tech Wing is pretty good. So let's jump over here. Let's jump over here to raids and have a look at that. I don't think I can pull the team up actually because I'm done with my raid node. Yeah, that's right. I can't do that. I'm done with my lane. But the team I'm using is a little more like Ultron, BB, Yo-Yo, Shuri, and Minerva, right? That's not a bad one either. Star-Lord would be good for energy generation. BB, Yo-Yo, Ultron, Shuri, and Minerva. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much my team. So they're not doing very well for you in difficulty 1. I mean, they just roll regular difficulty for me. I guess maybe it's all about team power. I got no idea. Unfortunately, my guild is not at difficulty 1 yet. I can't say that I've had a lot of opportunity to play test it, or any at all. So, I don't know. Maybe Tech Wing will work a little better for you. But I don't necessarily know that Hella would be an upgrade for anybody on that. Because like just having Shuri and Yo-Yo and Minerva together is so much sustain. This really works well. So anyway, let's swap over and have a look at Baxos. Yeah, Shuri's the only one worth raiding with. That whole thing about Wakanda being a premier raid team was so much horse shit, and I think we all know it by now. But that's the way it is, man. So anyway, I'm gonna do one more blitz battle on Baxos here because he needs to get that done for his dailies. Shouldn't take too long. I've had him hiding behind the OBS screen. I've been neglecting him. But he also needs to do his U7 lane. And we can do that while we talk. And then at the end of that, if somebody wants to... I'll pretty much be done. But if somebody wants to... if you have anything you'd specifically like to see, or if you'd like to challenge me in PvP, classic or, or balanced draft, I don't care. That would be a lot of fun. I enjoy that. Love the PvP, man. Love the PvP. And again, you're all welcome to discuss the game with me at the Mortytown Discord. Link in the description. And there's an Ask That channel there. There's a place where you can look at pics of my roster. There's a place where you can brag and show off your own roster. Titled...
Show me what you got.
Clearly, right? Or you can hang out at Blips and Chits. We can definitely do that, Phantom. We can definitely do that. Mr. Harris, how do you do, sir? Welcome back to the stream. So let's grab that milestone real quick. We'll back out of here because he doesn't really need Ronin shards either. He's got that guy maxed. Nothing to do on the Alliance War. Where has that got that red dot? Oh. Okay, I know why. Because this morning we finished up a war and we got ourselves into gold 3. So it wants to show me my new rewards. That's great. Good for you, game. Good for you, game. So we're going to grab his, what daily objectives have you got done, Baxos? Pretty much all of them. So let's go get our U7 done. Now, Baxos struggles, man. He struggles in U7. He's got 3 nodes down. He's got a couple of teams that do well and a bunch that don't, right? So his Shield team, his Asgard team, and his BKT all do okay. And I basically just do this. Oh, Brotherhood 2.0 is fantastic, man. Brotherhood 2.0 is like 120% better than Brotherhood 1.0. Easy. They have they still pretty much have the same niche, right? Which is to say that you will largely end up using them in war to take down like tough Coulson Fury Shield teams, but they do it even better. Yeah, they can sometimes take mercs. That's a little tougher, but I've been able to take out a lot of meta teams with them, especially if it's a punch across, you know, but they can punch up really big into Shield. And so that's the main thing you'll probably end up using them for, much like the old Brotherhood. But Blob and Toad are way better, man. They are way better. All right, we're getting killed here, and this is kind of what happens with him in U7. I actually want to get to a point one day where I have enough live bodies that I don't have to play this account anymore. It takes up a lot of my time. But for now, I'm just keeping it up and trying to get as much progress as I can on the raid nodes and that kind of thing. But so we actually are full, right? But I'm still actively recruiting because I'd like to replace this guy and get him off my plate. I've got a lot of stuff I need to do right now. I was thinking for a while I might use him as the guild leader for the farm team for the second alliance that we're talking about starting. But man, I just don't think I got time for that. I really don't. So I would very much like to find a good officer who will do that instead. And if we ever, and I don't know that I will, because this is a hobby for me, but if we ever monetize this channel, I will probably primarily use that money to either buy equipment to make the stream better, or probably what I'm going to do is both. I'm going to put maybe half of it toward that, and the other half I'm going to split amongst my officers to thank them for their time. Because I don't need any money from this. I'm not looking to do this as a career, right? So we're still a long way from monetization, so I'm kind of talking out of my ass here. But that is my intention if we get to that point. And we've been growing pretty quickly. We're over 200 subs now. We need 1,000 for monetization, so there's still a ways to go on that. But we're still pretty new. Most people are still pretty unaware of the channel. And like I say, most people, you know, they know the big three. They know the big three. And beyond the big three, you still have a lot of great options like Tawna and Wolverthor and guys like that. So there's a lot of streamers out there. There's a lot of guys that are putting in work. And admittedly, especially guys like Valley and OMG, they're just better YouTubers than me. I'll freely admit that. I might feel like I'm a little better in the game, or at least a little farther in the game, but they're great players too, and they're great YouTubers. And I seek to emulate them, but this is a hobby I'm going to have to learn over time. But I don't want to say anything negative about them because, you know.
In bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
And I don't have anything negative to say about them. I'm actually a big fan of a lot of the big YouTubers. So we're just trying to chip away at this node, try to get one more down. So a lot of people have suggested to me that I should start getting a hold of some of the bigger guys, like Valley, like Casino, and see if we can do some collaborations. And I'm certainly down for that. I just, man, like I don't feel like I'm as legitimate as they are at this point. I mean, certainly my account is, right? My gameplay is, but they're such good YouTubers. They're so impressive, and I've been watching them for so long. Like, I just I feel like I ought to get 400 or 500 subs on my own before I start trying to get a signal boost, you know? Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. These guys are all professional, right? And it shows. It shows that they do this for a living, right? I'm just a jack off who fixes robots for Ford, and I come home and I play some Marvel Strike Force, right? So I don't necessarily know that I'm in that same stratosphere, but I am enjoying this hobby, and I really have been enjoying talking to everybody and meeting the community. So I do want to keep doing this, and I want to get better at it. For sure. All right, so one more. We got one more with Baxos, and then that's pretty much going to be all the damage we can do. We'll go back and we'll check Arena again, because if we're lucky, I don't know the guy, but Unclouded, I started to say my buddy Unclouded because I'm always fighting him, but I don't really know him. But hopefully Unclouded can, he's knocked me off down to third place or something like that, and I can get another arena attack in. That would be super cool. But yeah, so I mean, it's a job for them. It's not a job for me. Yeah, at least 500, I would think, but I don't know, man. I mean, I've never. I was at one time. I did a little Twitch streaming, but I don't think I ever had more than 60 or 70 subs. So I'm in a whole new thing here with you guys, man, and I'm really so happy with the positive feedback that I've gotten and the number of subs that have come around in the last couple of weeks. So I'm glad that we're getting out there. I'm glad that people are seeing us, and I'm glad people like what they see. I wanna help everybody with their Marvel Strike Force journey as best that I can, and I want to meet cool and interesting people from around the world, and I'm getting to do all that. It's really, really cool, man. Because I'm just a small town kid from Alabama, right? I mean, so this is all pretty high cotton for me. But yeah, I mean, those guys have been doing this for years, and I've been doing this a month, so I don't want to be presumptuous, I guess is what it really comes down to. But yeah, I'm open to collaborations, no doubt about it. Now, if I was ever going to find a niche in the Marvel Strike Force content creator, arena, if there was ever a thing that I wanted to do to... And we're back. I don't know, man. OBS and YouTube had a little fight. And we got dropped for a second there, but we're back. So I'm going to swap the window capture back over to VAC. Excuse me. Since we're back, I want to thank everybody for their patience. You can rest assured that I would never just drop the stream without saying goodbye. So that was just technical issues. North Carolina. Well, I'm in Kentucky these days because Ford moves me around, and Ford likes to give me options. And their options typically are move to this other city where we need you or get a new job. So I've had to move all over the country to keep my job over the last 25 years. And I will probably, when I retire, go back to the Nashville area, which is where I really felt at home. I worked there for a long time. I went to high school in that area. All of my people are from North Alabama. And so I'm a Southern boy at heart, no doubt about it. Big Crimson Tide fan. You probably, if you're into American football at all, you've probably noticed the hat, but or one of them. But yeah, Nashville's lovely, man. I miss the area. I got a lot of roots I've sunk there, a lot of friends, and so when I retire here in about 5-10 years, that's probably where I'm going. It's only 2 hours south of me. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. Roll Tide. Thank you very much. So let's see here. We don't need to do any of that. We don't need to do any of that. So let's check arena, and then that's going to be pretty much it. And we did get knocked down to number 3. Thank you, Unclouded, man. I don't know if he's watching. I doubt it, but appreciate you working with us. So that's going to give us another attack for arena. We're not going to get the full 5 in because it's not a good idea to take number 1. I don't like to take number 1 except for the last 5-6 minutes, right, of the day. Whenever it's about to calculate the rewards, that's when I hit the number 1 guy. And that's what I did earlier. I sat at number 2 all day. Lucky he sits at number 1 all day. And that takes the power out of your hands. He's at number 1. I'm at number 2. He can't initiate any attacks. He can't do nothing. So I don't know a whole lot about the new store, Mr. Harris, but I'm all for new stuff, right? I heard it was coming. I've been preparing for it by saving all my Ultimus orbs. I'll have to give you an after action report on that one because I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know how good the stuff's going to be. This is one of those things where I'm not that content creator, right? I'm not an envoy. I don't really get an early look at any of this stuff. Nobody at Scopely sends me an email, right? Let's see here. I'm going to wait till he flips and then I'm going to flip. So we'll see if we can't kill some of these squishies over here. Oh, we got them so close. Well, if we can flip him, that will pretty much kill them. Let's see how we can do here. And we're definitely going to have to flip to save our guys. Otherwise, Ma and Proxima at least would die. So we're going to flip all that back. That's basically going to seal the fate of these 3 over here on the left for the most part. As usual, his call has resisted. But we'll be fine with that. We'll be fine. So we're going to retaunt. We're going to try to stun the big guy. We're going to drain some health. Proxima went ahead and died over there for us. Thanks a lot, Proxima. Let's see this. This is probably our last fight of the night. Let's see this in all of its glory. Makes me very happy to see this animation. I wish it did more damage, but now that I've got him completely maxed out, it's doing a little better. It's doing a little better. So here's the thing. I could use his special and it would kill Thanos, but I suspect from the look of it that those bleeds are going to kill him anyway. So we're going to use the basic over here on call so that we can bring the wife in and get some good damage on him. We did not kill Thanos. I was wrong about that. But that's okay, we'll recover. In fact, he about killed himself with all that counterattack damage. So we're just going to go back to call. We're just going to go back to call. There we go. And there we go. Bob's your uncle, as my English friends would say. So I'm excited about the new store, Adrian. I think it's going to be a good thing overall. New stuff's always good. I don't know how good, but you come on back afterwards and we'll talk about what we think about it. Okay, so I think that's about going to wrap me up, ladies and gentlemen. There's not a lot more damage that I can do here. I think I'm pretty much done with Baxos as well. I am. So it's 11 o'clock my time. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap the stream up here. But we'll be back tomorrow morning. If you're new here, I try to stream twice a day at the 9 o'clock hour Eastern Standard Time. That's AM and PM. So I try to give you at least an hour, sometimes as much as 2 or more, of good gameplay. And if we can squeeze a little PvP in, I like to do that too. So that'll pretty much wrap up Mortytown TV for the night. I want to thank all of you who've been riding along with me live. If you are watching this later on YouTube and you got all the way to the end, man, you're awesome. Appreciate you. So if you liked what you saw, please give us a like or a subscribe. We'd love to see you back. If you want to interface with us off camera, Discord link in the description below. So until I see you guys again, be cool, keep gaming. I'm Vac, and I'm out of here.